I'd like to invite you to think about someone in your life that you're grateful for. This could be one person, two people, it could even be a fur baby. Just take a moment to really get present to that gratitude. Now, I'd like you to jot down or think about a couple of words that describe how having that person or people in your life makes you feel. Now, if I were to ask you to share those words back with me, the kinds of things you'd probably say are things like, I feel loved, appreciated, cared for, safe, I feel valued. And the reason why these are the terms that come to mind when I ask you about what you're grateful for is because at our core we are social beings, and this applies 24/7 everywhere. Now, this might sound obvious, but in the place of work it's not obvious, and that's why there are sayings such as, it's not personal, it's just business, which by the way are completely bogus, because neuroscience and the study of the social brain in particular are showing us that in fact it's all personal. We are wired to be in relationship and connection with one another. And if I were to distill what we're learning from the social brain, and by social brain, I'm referring to that part of our brain that has evolved to be in relationship with others in order to ensure our safety. If I were to distill what the brain needs and craves in order to operate at its best in the workplace, I would share three things. Those are safety, inclusion, and choice. Now, this is an oversimplification, however, it does cover off our most critical elements. We need to feel safe, so our brains are looking for environments that are rewarding, not threatening. In fact, when our brains are threatened, that shuts down our ability to think rationally as well as creatively. Inclusion, as I mentioned, we are neurologically wired to be in relationship with others. And if you think about it, it makes sense. From an evolutionary perspective, we could never have survived on our own. We are born helpless, and our only chances of survival are to be in relationship with one another. And that's why we live in communities and in families, and we work in teams, because we can create together things which are far bigger than what just one of us can do on our own. And finally, choice. And in there I throw the need for autonomy, the need to have a say, the need to have some control over what we do in both our personal and our professional lives. Choice in particular is being influenced by other factors in the work environment, in the economy, especially technology. We are living in a society of perpetual personalization. It's a world where Amazon seems to want to know what we want to buy even before we know we want to buy it. And employees are expecting that level of personalization in their workplaces. So if you look, for example, at the Mercer 2017 Global Talent Trends, you're going to see that employees are asking for things like more flexible work options. They want to have more autonomy and control in decision making. They want employers to understand their unique interests and skills. And at the end of the day, the report claims that people who felt they could not achieve their own career success at work, they want their organizations to take more time to get to know their skill sets. In other words, understand what's important to me, what I'd like to be doing, where I feel I can make a contribution. And speaking of contribution, we also know that people are looking for purpose and meaning in their work. People who are top performers find purpose and meaning in the work they do. Now, that purpose could be at the level of global altruism, but it could also show up in many different ways. For some, it's the opportunity to express professional excellence, whatever that means to them. And for others, it could be creativity. For others, it could be having a great deal of autonomy over how they do their work, where they do it, and with whom. So you might be asking yourself at this point, what does this have to do with performance management, with employee performance in general? And of course, the answer is everything. That is why on June the 13th, 2018, we're going to continue the conversation we started with you last year. Last year at this time, we began a conversation around why performance reviews don't work. Now it's time to continue the dialogue, to take a look at how do we make the work environment work, how do we maximize employee performance, and we're going to talk about that within the context of tapping into this social brain. Because at the end of the day, as you're having performance conversations, or your people are having performance conversations, or giving feedback, receiving feedback, coaching, recognizing, etc., with each of those actions, there's an opportunity to either increase or decrease safety, inclusion, and choice. In the meantime, reflect on your performance management initiatives and recognition initiatives. Are they set up to enable optimal performance? Have you considered opportunities to strengthen employee engagement, improve loyalty, and drive results with the brain in mind? We hope you join us for this conversation to understand how you can leverage this intelligence to create a workplace that really understands how to create brain-friendly strategies for maximizing employee performance. You can visit the CMC website, and that is under upcoming events. We hope to see you soon.